It's a cold evening in Telford, and on Made in Birmingham, it's time for Icing Tonight. I'm at the ice rink. Get me out of here! Sends it up to the point. Silverthorne off the boards, gets the break, goes with it. Silverthorne puts it onto the back post. Puts it into the back post, and it goes forward from Macaulay Hayward, having the right hand over the top, throwing it in, and Miller's going toe to toe, and he's got 3 or 4 headshots, and then drags it down. Still has it. Zabo being sort of marked out the game by Tom, and the shot comes from forward now. Babrea with Plant. Babrea walks in, shoots,
and he picks up his own rebound and
Zabo, and he's not happy about that. It was a late hit, and a hit from behind, and you see the players. Good evening and welcome on Made in Birmingham to Icing Tonight. Tonight the Telford Tigers take on the Swindon Wildcats. Both teams have got a number of players out through injury and illness. But before that, let's take a look at the highlights of last week's game when the Tigers took on the Basingstoke Bison. And now we're out on the ice and Kalina wins the draw and Kieran Long gets the first shot of the way. You saw Kalina get hold of the puck, pass it back to the D. Kieran Long picked it up, stepped up, and the first shot of the night for the Basingstoke Bison comes on 4 seconds. And you can see Reynolds sort of pinning the body, playing a good man-to-man on the end zone there, Basingstoke, marking out that play. Just
Kieran Long just dumps it in there, goes for the long
Telford
change.
love to cycle the puck on the offensive corners, and Basingstoke sort of neutralising that quite well. Zajac goes through, loses possession of the puck, takes himself offside. A forward pass comes from Geraldine. Now McEwen picks up the puck, backhands it over, and you just saw Satic there get pinched slightly by Roll, who was heading over towards the bench. Shot comes to Clarkson in the slot. It bounces around. He didn't quite get a clean hit on it, and it just sort of drifts back towards McEwen, but nobody able to get the stick on the puck to finish the shot there. But a great opportunity for that McEwen-Clarkson combination in the slot.
Clarkson's hanging back at the moment. Now he's gone forward. He was just covering D there.
Dan Scott just dropped down.
Shot on the ice from Jones. Clarkson making a niece of himself in front of Hadalowski, but nothing comes of that one. Oh, they seem to have refreshed the jukebox as well.
Puck gets dumped in by the defenseman there, Jarabek.
That's a hospital pass. That's a hospital pass.
Shot comes in front. And Basingstoke get this opportunity. There's still a player down. Karpoff's just on his knees. He gets up, looks over to the referee, clutching towards his jaw. Miller goes in, aims for the top shelf and hits the pipework, and the puck goes careering high into the sky of the ice rink. And I thought Joe Miller was going to find that top corner. It was Satic that got sat down by Reynolds. Just give him a shove.
Here's Oakford
shoots straight to the netminder, and Plant was hovering over there. And you saw the Basingstoke player drop there and lose his glove. I don't know whether there was some form of...
And Jarabek's gone down and he's holding his chin.
Now, if you look at Miller, I don't know whether Miller went in with a high stick or not, but as Miller went in, when Jarabek went, it was very theatrical how he went down. He threw his glove off, he threw his stick, and he curled up. And you saw Miller go over to him. Any message of support? Davis steps up and makes the pass, and big cheers from the fans as Clarkson sits him down. Geraldine makes the shot, and you saw then just in front of the net, Connolly tries to get a tip on that. Weaver, Zajac shoots. Hidalowski makes a save, rebound drops to Kalina, wipes at the shot, and it takes a deflection out into the boards, and Telford looking very dangerous. 3 quick shots in succession from one end to the other. We saw it on Basingstoke just a minute or so ago, and now Telford returning the favour. Both netminders, plenty to do, but doing their job effectively now. Jarabek carries it round Zajac, drops it across, and the first goal incoming there from Aaron Connolly. You see Jarabek cut inside the defenseman, lean, carry the puck around him, pass it across to the back post. Connolly drives in and fires the puck home into the back of the net. First goal of the night for the Basingstoke Bison on 19 minutes and 31 seconds. Okay, so as we look in on the ice pad, we're about to get underway with the second period of the Telford Tigers versus the Basingstoke Bison. Bison went to goal up on 19 minutes and 31 seconds. A great way to start period 2. Will the Tigers come out all guns firing, or will Basingstoke secure their lead? As referee Boardman raises his hands, drops the puck on the second period. Karpov winning the puck once again off the draw. Back to Barmer, D-to-D pass, and this time Kalina throws it in on the net. Hidalowski coming out, playing it around the boards. Silverthorne come in, giving Antonov a bit of a shove, and finishes the first hit of the night. There you go, right there.
Just as we said.
That's what you need to just get out there. Declan Barmer taking a hit from Silverthorne. It was nothing massive, but enough to make Basingstoke think, hang on, they're going to hit us here. We need to be ready. We need to take our times and be strong on our feet. And I think Tom has probably said that to them in the dressing room as we were speculating. Antonov, backhanded pass to Karpov, walks in, swings at the shot. A stick check from Sam Zajac. Kieran Long now stepping up for Basingstoke. He's got Davis with him.
Well, that was
Silverthorne drops the stick across and picks up the loose puck. And a good turnaround there. You saw Geraldine just turn the puck. He loses footing there as Silverthorne comes in after the puck, puts him under pressure. But Royal picks up the puck, backhands it through to Long. Davis.
Well, that was a bit inspirational from Captain Silverthorne.
Yeah, really getting involved.
Tried to be a bit clever coming out with it, but never mind.
Roll. Davis.
Here it is.
Roll, shoots. Great save from Gospel. Deflects from his pads over into the sliders corner. 15 seconds and Tigers will get a man back. It'll be Sam Oakford that comes out onto the ice. Shot comes in this time from Long. Again, just wide of the post. Deflects off the boards.
5 seconds on Oakford. We're back
Roll.
to 5 on 4.
Long walks in. Oakford skates in. Long throws it deep. 39 seconds, 5 on 4. Long shoots it through. Gospel makes a save. Rebound comes up. And a high stick. Got to be a high stick. Silverthorne.
Weaver just drops away from the point there.
Kalina up to Zajac. Weaver switches sides with Zajac. Silverthorne up to Weaver. Half cock to the back post. Comes through. Kalina pops it in the net. And a brilliant play. The execution there of Dougie Clarkson. He's on the back post. He has the puck. And instead of going towards Hidalowski, puts it across. Kalina takes it. Fires it up into the top right-hand corner. Because at the time, your netminder Hidalowski was tight on his right post where Big Doug Clarkson was waiting. So Clarkson, beautiful skills, putting it through into the slot. Kalina fires it home.
That's it.
And now the puck drops. Goes back to Basingstoke. Hill. We haven't seen much of Hill this period, or last period. I don't remember mentioning his name.
Again, I keep saying, I don't know if he's still struggling with injury.
Kalina pushing off Thompson there as the two of them sort of tie up against the boards. Goes down. Puck comes across the front. Hidalowski gets on the save, and you can see Warren, Tate and Miller straight in on top of Hidalowski on the hope that he'd give them sight of the rebound, but he didn't. Kept the puck well covered up. The defensemen are in, exchanging a few words. Joe Miller getting agitated by the Basingstoke defence. Off the draw. McEwen. You watch this game tonight and you wonder why these two aren't the top two teams of the league. Milton Keynes have got that higher rating than Basingstoke. But they had a rocky start, didn't they, at the very start of the season?
Basingstoke had the rocky start, and you know, we've seen teams
put court. Reynolds shoots wide to the left of post.
Flying near the top last year, then they trickle their way down towards the end of the season. Yeah. It's one of these leagues where anything can happen.
Consistency is always a massive issue for all ice hockey teams, isn't it? You get injuries, you get form. Miller, great pass forward to Tate, drives up on the left wing, pulls it side to side, beats the D-man, puts it through to Hill in the slot, trickles away from Hill into the corner, fed back through to Miller. Shot! Pad save from Hidalowski. Weaver turns to make the one-time shot, and the back end! It was Weaver's shot from the point. Hidalowski made the save. Hill comes through on the backhand, tapped it between the pipes of Hidalowski, and that's goal number 2 for the Telford Tigers. Just when it was looking like Basingstoke were back in control, the Telford Tigers go a goal ahead on 38 minutes and 17 seconds. Hill the scorer, Weaver the assist, and now the Telford Tigers go a goal up with 11 minutes and 43 seconds to play.
Well, you can see that one coming. I just said a few minutes ago the swing in the game seems to have gone towards the Tigers, and that's what's come of it there with Hill. Been a while since we've seen him getting on the score sheet here in Telford.
Weaver getting that one-time shot, curling, getting the shot away. Hill skating through the slot just at the right time when Hidalowski made the save and he picked up the rebound and put it in the back of the net. And now Telford take the lead, and a shot comes through, and Delina! It was Rick Plant that took it Kalina in the high slot, one-time shot, beat Hilaloski into the back of the net, and suddenly now Telford take firm control of the game with goal number 3 on 38 minutes and 29 seconds, taking the Telford Tigers just 12 seconds to put that additional goal in the net.
Well, that 12 seconds can be very, very crucial. It's a 12-second downfall of the Bison. So is there a way back into it? Is there a way back in?
Passes the puck forward.
Got steeper.
Now, Basingstoke feed the puck forward. Plant finishing the hit behind the net. Fans getting emotional now. You can hear the extra volume coming from the balcony here at the Telford Ice Rink as Sam Zajac skates the puck forward, gets stood up by Balmer. The puck trickles on, and now Kalina challenging Balmer. So another result putting the Telford Tigers firmly at the top of the table. Can they keep that going tonight when they take on the Swindon Wildcats? Find out after the break. Welcome back to Icing Tonight. So Phil, first on the score sheet last night in Blackpool, not the easiest rink to play in.
No, it was definitely a different experience for a few of us. It's a very small rink, but you know, I think that's a good thing about this team. We kind of go into buildings and we just make sure we focus on getting the win, and had a strong first period, and it kind of went from there.
Now, looking at the lineups, not just for Telford but for both teams, there's quite a number of players out through injury and illness at the moment, so that'll put a bit more tension on the players that are icing, right?
Yeah, I mean, it gives opportunities for other guys who maybe, you know, wouldn't get that opportunity usually. I mean, Corey stepped up yesterday, played forward, did a great job, and it's going to be the same for Swindon. And you know, you've seen it many a times when teams are short, they sometimes play better hockey, so should lead on to a good game.
So that was Phil Hill talking about the challenges of playing in a smaller rink, and of course that does present issues, doesn't it? And it always has in the British game.
It always has, yes. You have to play a completely different game, you know, when you go to a smaller rink like that. Telford's not a massive rink, but it certainly allows a different style of play to somewhere like where Manchester are playing from at the moment. And
one of the biggest challenges tonight is players. There's a couple of injuries. Jonathan Weavers took a knock from a puck. Matty Davis has took a hit from a puck, but he is playing tonight, but he's got a full face mask on to protect his cheek, where he took a puck a few weeks ago. And there's a number of players on both teams that are also out with these viruses and illnesses that are going round.
Well, that's it. Both sides are affected. You know, Aaron Nell is long-term player coach for Swindon, long-term injury. He's out for the rest of the season. He's got the same problems as Tom has now. We keep saying this week in, week out, when a team's going to have a full roster to choose from. So Tom will have his magic Rubik cube out again and been shifting his lines round.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the first period action. The Telford Tigers versus the Swindon Wildcats. It's going Danny Rose and Sam Oakford that are first out. Weaver took a puck to the face last night. Looked like it was the flat of the puck that hit him, but it's damaged his top lip. Yep. So he's seeing a dentist and he's out on injury. Matty Davis is back in the lineup, but wearing a full face mask because of the cheek injury, and he's just skated out now. So does that mean so we're going Davis, McEwen, Satek as lining up first, and he's just switched them as the referee Matthews puts his arm in the air and drops the puck on the first period. And in the puck goes. Telford win the draw. Back to D. Danny Rose picks it up. Back to Oakford. D to D pass. Heads up ice. Forward to Davis. Deflects off his stick and goes deep into the end zone. The puck then picked up by a number that's not on the team sheet. I've got a 64.
Yeah, it's not on this one either.
So, now, Buglas just trying to dig the puck out from against the wall. That's a 12 as well. So now, Telford on the break. Satek through to the slot. McEwen comes through the middle. Davies swings round at the back of the net. Bullis across to Hoog. Pulls the puck round, but an offside called. Whitfield steps down. Great pass. Hoog received it, got it across to Bebrea. Bebrea knocks it on to Malasinski, picks it up behind the net, drives round the net, tries to get a backhand to it, just trickles towards Jones, clears it out against the wall, and now the stretch pass comes through from Jason Silverthorne. Drives forward. Kalina on the backhand. He switches sides, trying to tip it over, and Lyle puts his leg pad up to Kalina's shot, deflecting the puck up into the wall. Jones. Davis, bit of a collision between Jones and Bebrea just at the top of the slot there. Nothing intended by it. It was literally a heads-up collision. McEwen being pinched against the wall by Malasinski. Takes a line change. Jones, who gets dumped.
It's getting feisty out there.
Davis steps forward. Passes it through onto the left wing. McEwen picks it up, drives into the corner. Whitfield goes to play the body. Of course, Whitfield and McEwen teammates in Swindon last year.
Yeah. Not anymore.
Now, a push forward. Costello sends the puck up and over. Goes against the barrier.
You saw the determination of Costello.
Oh, and there's a call for a hooking penalty, and that's going to go. McEwen hooked away from the puck there. Number 31 for the Swindon Wildcats picks up a 2-minute minor penalty for hooking. Sam Oakford sets up the play behind the net. 55 seconds. Tigers with the man advantage. Stretch pass, goes as far as Satek. Carries it over the blue line, backhands it down into the end zone. Hill picks it up, gives it back to Satek, back to Hill, up to the point. Oakford just taps off his backhand out to neutralise. Scott regains possession, but they have to wait for the forward to clear the zone. McEwen picks it up on the left wing, drives over the blue line, puts the puck in on the backhand. Lydiard steps up, cuts across. Scott drops down to Hill. Hill steps in, makes the play.
And he's got a back on the point. It's Oakford to Satek. Bit of pushing and shoving going on Hill. It's in the front. And Hill chases it round the back.
McEwen. Hill into the corner. McEwen cycles up, tries to get it to Hill at the top. Swindon back to 5-on-5. Hill pokes, checks it back to Jones in the Telford defence to take a line change. Jones carries it out. Hoog, the forechecker, coming out the penalty box. Malasinski gets a turnover inside the blue line. Puts it cross ice. Tries to tip over. And the puck drives across. Kalina picks it up. A walk in from Plant. A shot into the body of Stevie Lyle. Hangs onto the puck. It bounces around from his chest into his catching mitt to freeze down for a stoppage in play. Deflection goes down the ice. Rose. Rashka sends the puck around the barrier. Bebrea keeps it in deep for Swindon. Cycles off the boards. Bebrea sends it across to the back post. Hoog picks it up. It deflects badly, bounces. Hoog makes the shot from the point. Picked up by Danny Rose. Presses forward. Hoog keeps it down in the end zone. Really putting the pressure under the Tigers there. Swindon, a full press. Now, in the other direction, Silverthorne battles out with Whitfield. Puck ends up in neutral ice. Hoog deflects from his stick down to Malasinski. Aston comes across the front of him. Silverthorne drives up, hits the blue line. Dumps it down behind the net. Now stepped up. Pass forward. Hoog takes a deflection. Puck drops down to the blue line. Jones. Now the puck's into the end zone. Bit of a battle on the boards there, just between Hill and Whitfield. Big hits being placed as well on the game, Al. Quite physical in the end zones, particularly today.
Yeah, it's a sort of physical start to the game, or physical first period so far. It's neutralising. They're neutralising each other out, and it's not allowing the game to get going. But as you mentioned earlier, you know, my money at the moment's on Swindon. They've had them all.
Yeah, they seem much more settled, don't they?
Absolutely.
Kelsall pushes up, but we've seen this time and time again with Telford having a weaker start and then stepping up to the plate through the period. Satek on the backhand, comes across the front to McEwen, picks up the puck. Swindon just seem a little more confident and much more aggressive on the puck in the end zone. Danny Rose now, stretch pass. Kalina winds up, shoots, and what a blocker save from Stevie Lyle there. It was on between Lyle and the post. He just tipped the blocker up, and the confidence that Stevie has between the pipes just shows the calibre of the netminder.
I think nobody's going to score a big shot.
Shot now from Bebrea, a rocket just inside the blue, into the body of Andre Rashka. But that, of course, is what Max is known for, stepping up on the puck and firing it goal bound. But Andre Rashka hanging onto the puck there. 0-0 the scoreline. Tigers versus the Wildcats. Oakford puts it up and over.
It's just rimmed round. It's not good enough though. It's been kept in.
Yeah.
Oakford's
Puck
in
into
deep.
the end zone.
Silverthorne's patrolling now. Silverthorne gets control of it. Puts it back around the barrier. Plant's waiting for it where he patrols so well. He's still got it. They're trying to dig it out the back of the net. The whistle hasn't gone. It's come out. And
It's in the front of the slot.
Shot straight into Stevie Lyle, who catches it and walks away.
There's pretty much been maybe 2
Yeah.
that could have really easily been converted. Now Silverthorne walks it and shoots. Lyle makes the save, deflects off the glass. Silverthorne picks it up behind the net, puts it on the backhand, gets held up by Malasinski, heads round the boards once again. This time Oakford presses down, plays the puck off the wall. Whitfield steps up to the play. Costal picks it up behind the net, backhands it round to the front of the bench. A drive forward now, stretch pass, and here we go. Bullis, and he misfired the initial shot. The rebound comes up
the top.
Malasinski comes driving in. Bullis just sort of misfired it, lost possession on it, swings at the puck. Andre Rushka got his pad to it. It drops out in front of the slot. Then they power forward, and it was Malasinski that picks up the rebound, went for the top shelf, and almost got the top of the rink.
Davis goes in for the draw. It's won by Swindon. Back to the point. Into the corner.
Puck drops down into the end zone. 22 seconds left. Jones turns away. Hoog on the backhand, working against the wall. Scott pins him against the board. Malasinski was the backup plan. Tate then pins him. 10 seconds remaining in the period. Davis tries to clear it out. Kept in well there by Hoog. He's really having a good game as well. He's all over it. But then again, a high colour of a player there for the Swindon Wildcats. And it ends the first period 0-0 to the Swindon Wildcats and the Telford Tigers. It was end-to-end, but there were no real aggressive attempts on goal. There was an opportunity for Telford when we had a hooking penalty picked up by Andrew Finlinson, and that was on 4 minutes 22. Then Hoog ended up in the box, so we got a 5-on-3 with Swindon's key import, or one of them, in the box, but Telford didn't do much with it.
Nothing came of it at all. That's, I was saying during the commentary there was really nothing to report on, so it's not an excuse, but if you didn't see the first 10 minutes, you didn't really miss anything, that's for sure.
Matthews drops the puck, goes forward. Swindon win the draw. Malasinski gets the shot. Satek winds up for the shot, goes across, and you've got McEwen comes in, tries to shoot it in via the back post. Goodison comes in from the bench, keeps it down low, and a good opportunity for the Tigers there. Played forward by Bullis. McEwen plays it forward. Lydiard keeps it in, gets a shot on goal. Rushka makes a save, drops the puck behind the net for Zajac to step up to it. Now, if that stick that came over the bench there had touched the puck, that would have been a violation of play. Shot, and that did hit a player on the bench. That'll give us a stoppage of play through to neutral ice. Lyle picks it up behind the net, banks it round the boards. Hill plays into the body of Whitfield. Puck goes down. Icing washed off. So play will carry on. Rushka puts it through. Hoog steps forward, and Danny Rose put his body between Hoog and the puck. And if he hadn't have done, they could have picked up an empty net goal right there.
Well, it's an unusual mistake from Rushka.
Totally.
We don't normally see him come out and be as animated as that.
Mabrea walks in, pulls it across, carries it round. Danny Rose gets the shot away, and a pad save from Andre Rushka sends the deflected puck into the slide and skate up corner.
And that's a move we know that Max has, where he sort of pushes it round. He lies his stick flat, almost nudges it over, and then takes the shot. Mabrea
steps down. You see Swindon keeping the pressure on. Hoog goes in, forces Oakford out, but on his stronger side.
But they're doing it very comfortably as well.
Mabrea gets the turnover in neutral ice, steps in and plays the body of Kalina as he drives forward. And now, shot comes in across. Pad save from Andre Rushka off the boards. Rushka quite animated from post to post. Pretty focused on the game as the puck comes round.
Man, he wasn't focused 2 minutes ago, Paul.
No, when I hate it when netminders come out and play the puck behind the net. Swindon driving and showing determination there. Press forward. Aston through to the slot. Tate tries to walk it in against the wall. Zajac Plays it down low to Joe Aston. Tate. Kalina drives out from the back of the net. Zajac shoots from the slot into the leg pad of Ashley Tate, of Warren Tate, should I say. Stone then feeds the puck forward for the Wildcats. Selby.
Oh, Kalina follows through the big hit on Selby. Punt goes in!
Goes in on the backhand and Lyle hangs on to the puck. The puck's just bouncing around and getting picked up in neutral ice. Nobody's holding on to possession. McEwen. Played into the boards.
Selby just taking a bit of retribution there.
Yeah. McEwen drives through, gets the shot away. Selby heads towards him and he shrugs him off away from the play. Oakford drives the puck down deep. Davies picks up behind the net, pushes in front. McEwen skates to the back post. The puck was loose, but sadly on the opposite post.
It went between Lyle's skate and his stick, which is unusual for Lyle.
Babrea to Malasinski, drives forward on the left side, shoots into the body of Andre Rashka, hangs onto the puck. Taylor putting pressure on from the Wildcats. A stretch pass to Silverthorne, drives on the right side, gets the shot away, rebound drops down. It was a save from Stevie Law. He used that blocker just to tap the puck down. Whitfield goes careering into the boards, but unfortunately for the Tigers, nobody there for the rebound. Now Bullis drives forward, tries to backhand it round, but the hit finished there by Corey Goodison. Silverthorne. Kalina, back post to Zajac, shoots!
Oh my word!
And he just tipped it over the body of Selby towards the catching mitt of Stevie Lyle, and it just went over the top of the catching mitt and deflected into the glass. An end-to-end game of hockey. We're halfway through this period, and suddenly the pace has picked up from both teams.
Well, it's
Silverthorne.
It's certainly livened up a bit, and the crowd have woken up now.
Over the top now. Zajac plays it off the boards, gets it as far as Plant.
That was the first time we've mentioned Zajac, I think.
Yep. Scott off the barrier, up into the open space. Costello comes across the front. And the energy and the noise from the fans has stepped up from the Telford Tigers fans. Got to watch that. Whoa! You know what I was going to say?
Yeah,
got to watch that. Too many men. Now, interestingly, it wasn't the incoming player that touched the puck in the outgoing, which is what Silverthorne's skating over to protest about now. However, at the point that puck was stopped in front of the bench, there were 7 guys on the ice. And Telford playing a very aggressive, short-handed play in a way.
They always do, Paul, because of the small rink.
And they've got a number of short-handed goals as a result, haven't they? Lyle plays the puck out from behind the net. Malasinski picks it up in the slot, skates through onto the right side, drives in front of the Swindon bench, takes it down into the corner, delays, sends it back up ice. A backhand now. Coming down from Taylor, up to the point. Hoog shoots. The rebound drops down. And once again, Swindon also lining up an import forward on the defensive position to get that opportunity to shoot. Hoog now skates forward. Comes down the middle lane. Cuts in. Telford. Nice tight defence protecting the house. Forcing the wide player. A shot in front. And once again, that young Kelsall getting in the way. Getting his stick on the ice. And that could end up with him getting a goal now. A goal comes from the Telford Tigers. Swindon drive back. Silverthorne puts the pressure on. He goes down with Plant. 14 seconds left on the Swindon power play. And it's Silverthorne that fires the puck in the back of the net, just to the left of Stevie Lyle. And as a result, you find that Telford get themselves on the score clock on 24 minutes and 10 seconds. Silverthorne and Plant getting the turnover, forcing the pressure and an error from the Swindon Wildcats. And lo and behold, a short-handed goal for the Telford Tigers put them a goal up on 34 minutes and 10 seconds. 34-10. Time of the first goal of the game, Alan.
Well, we're just commenting there that Telford do prefer. Heads up, sorry, that was coming over there. They do score a lot of short-handed goals, and just as we commentate on it, it happens again.
Yeah, the pressure, forcing the error. Just over 3.5 minutes left of this second period, which Telford have gone a goal up on a short-handed play. Back to 5-on-5. Costello carries it out. Kelsall tries to do the split pass. Oakford off the barrier, as far forward as Davies.
Oh, that was just lifted up.
Hill taken off his feet by the incoming defenseman. Lyle gives him a shove as he ends up in the front of the crease area.
And now Swindon taken out. It's a young lineup for Swindon.
It is. But you see that young, and we've had it here with Telford, and you got that young lineup out on the Telford line as well. They're really hungry, they're really quick, and they really want to make an impression. And they take the pace up of the game.
Yeah.
And thinking, great hit there by Bullis on Silverthorne through neutral ice. Plant shoots. Lyle saves the puck. It drops to his skate. It's still visible. We can see it here now. But as Hill goes in, the defensemen close round Phil Hill in the hope to get a slice of the rebound and a stoppage in play. Tigers 1 goal up. McEwen stretches forward. Good hands there from Selby. Getting possession, but a turnover with a stick lift from Kalina. Forward to McEwen. McEwen walks in, tries to put it through Whitfield. Whitfield gets the deflection off his leg pad into the corner. And I have to say, that's great defensemanship by Whitfield.
Well,
holding up McEwen, who tried to do the fancy between his legs, pull it round.
Whitfield's not going to let anything like that pass him, that's for sure. Good, solid guy.
McEwen.
Get his head.
Cross ice pass to Tate. Yeah. Do you remember Rick Farrar? Ooh. Rick Farrar when he had a haircut like that, playing at the Trafford Metros, then went on to Basingstoke, he had his haircut, nobody knew who he was. A drive in, Bullis shoots.
Not a good effort, that had Raska rolling over on his back.
Warren Tate drives forward, pushes the puck through on the right side. Selby's the one to pick the puck up, looks for the stretch pass to try and find Taylor. Jones gets to it. Raska skates out and plays the puck. And I can't see who that was that lost their footing that went into Rashka's leg pad. It was Jones, the defenseman there, who
spreading that way.
Shot comes across, and you've got there waiting on the back post. It was Max Babrea, got an empty net goal. The pass came across and beat Rashka, but it deflected off his stick and went down towards the Zamboni gate. And Telford very lucky not to concede a goal there, Alan.
Absolutely, the pressure's on, and it's going to be a bit too.
Davies up to Whitfield, takes a shot. Sate, shot comes in once again and a pad save, and we end the second period. Telford Tigers 1, Swindon Wildcats 0. Looking at that second period, Alan, what you found is it was very much like the first period, bit end to end, a little bit scrappy. Nobody looking right on their game as it drifted. Telford picked up a penalty.
Yep.
They go short-handed. Swindon set up the play, and suddenly the strategy that Tam Watkins has applied during this game is when they're short-handed, a really aggressive forecheck, to the extent that there was a player forcing the play behind the net, which is always risky because you're leaving yourself short by plunging forward with that forechecker. Plant and Silverthorne got the turnover right in front of Lyle. Silverthorne popped it in the net before anybody realised what happened, and suddenly the Telford Tigers take the lead when they're short-handed. They went then 5-on-3 down, back to 5-on-4, and there was nothing Swindon could do about it.
I'd be interested in the statistics if anybody watching has got the statistics about shorthanded and power play goals, because
Telford's would be phenomenal.
I'm convinced Telford are scoring more shorthanded than they are on the power play. They're absolutely right. That game was kind of technically dead until almost exactly halfway through. The goal came, the crowd livened up, and then we've seen a bit from both teams. Swindon are by far from out of this game. They're very, very much in it. Technically, I still think they're playing the better hockey, but they've been riled a little bit by that goal. Telford have got on top of them and have taken in a 1-0 lead.
So we'll be back with the third period, a nail-biting period I think we're expecting. Matthews drops the puck on the third period. Swindon win it, but Babrea sends it back to Whitfield. Goes across. D to D. Hoog forward to Babrea. Waits and sets himself up, buys a bit of time. Malasinski picks it up from a pass from Whitfield.
Well, they should just drop them in tango, shouldn't they? Get it done with, get it done and over with.
Have a go, get it out your system. Now, a drive forward, a backhand from Satek, tried to tip it through, and now there's the puck inside, and this is going to end. If that didn't end up in rumble, I'd be very surprised.
There's a shot
comes in from Rose, and a shot! It took a deflection. Now, look at Lyle, he's not going to be happy about that at all. There was a scrap around the net area. Look at Lyle, swinging his stick towards the goal with aggression. The puck was loose, it was in sight. There was lots of digging to try and free it out. I thought there was going to be a whistle. We couldn't see it from this side. Obviously, the referee could clearly see where the puck was. They battled to get it out. The puck went up to the point. Lyle still resetting. There's still a defenseman down on one knee. Danny Rose lets the shot go, takes a deflection from a skate or a stick and makes it into the back of the net. And Lyle now skating out to have a word with the referee. I told you, he's not a happy bunny at all.
Well, Paul, I've got to say, I couldn't see the puck, but normally from this angle, when it's like that, the whistle goes. There was a lot of digging going on by Davis.
It was clearly, it could be seen by the referee.
We both thought it was going to kick off the way Davis was digging away there. So.
Yeah, it was showing it determination. And you'd expect, when a forward is digging away towards a netminder's leg pad, you'd expect a defenseman to steamroller him if there wasn't a whistle. Trapping up, who goes in the supporting role? Goes onto the back post, and a great shot and goal! Kalina skates off on one knee, shooting in the direction of the boot side of the wall. He receives the pass, he waits his time, he picks his spot and fires it in. And you know what I was saying about that 3-goal lead? Yeah. There it is, right there. 43 minutes and 55 seconds. A pass out into Kalina. Wait, bide his time, pick his spot, and beats Lyle. And you can see Stevie Lyle now with his legs apart, looking down at the ice, frustrated that that shot was able to get in. And now, if you were the Telford players, all you'd want to do is pepper shots at Lyle now. Keep them going at him while his head's down.
They've got to. And if you're Swindon, I don't know what they've got to do.
You need a goal. You just throw everything at a goal.
They've got to disrupt Telford somehow. Yeah. I don't know whether that's by...
kicking off, maybe.
Kicking off, yeah. No timeout's being called yet, though, interesting.
Aston drives forward. Rose uses the boards to feed it forward. Selby skates back. Backhanded up the wall. Picked up then by 96 Kyle Smith. Rose plays it off the boards through to Hill. Goes ahead. Selby tries to clear it out, but Warren Tate keeps the puck in the end zone.
I would suggest here now Telford can sit back a bit and play defensively. Yeah,
but they've got more forwards than they have D-man, so best form of defence is...
You're not going to get that with Satek, though.
No. Satek drives forward, shoots and scores! He drives down the left side!
Pick the bones out of that!
Winds up for the slap shot and fires it home. Lyle's going, taking himself off. He's heading to the bench. He's had enough.
He is going off.
He's done. He's skating off. He's saying, look, that's it. I'm pulling myself. I'm not staying out there. A brilliant executed slap shot.
Well, wow, what a goal that was. Slap shot, top corner.
44 minutes and 42 seconds. That took less than a minute for that fourth goal. Swindon call a timeout.
Yeah, I thought that was coming.
They've got to regroup.
Steve Lyle taking himself off the ice.
Changing netminders now.
Well, they've got a face-off in the Tigers zone. They've got to keep pressing because it's awful when you get...
Bullis wins the draw, back to Whitfield. Plays the puck down, Zajac. Sends it round. And now, Zajac will get to the puck first. Mabrea, there he is on the forecheck. Goodison, off the boards. Kalina, and Costal tried to take out Kalina, missed and tripped over his leg and went to the boards. And Zajac's offering Costal out on the halfway line.
Have we got the camera?
And then it's coming in, Costal's pushing and shoving. They're offering each other out. Mabrea's hand comes high on Kalina, and suddenly now, the tension, now Goodison's pushing and shoving with Whitfield, the tension of Swindon seeing this game slip away is coming out by means of frustration.
Yeah. But they should have just let Zajac and Costal go.
Yeah, but it wasn't, that's the point, it wasn't Zajac's row. Because as Costal came in, he went to play the hit on, I'm trying to think who it was, Kalina. Yeah. And he went to hit Kalina. Kalina ducked down, he tripped over, and then Zajac stepped up and said, look, what are you doing? Well, and then them two end up pushing and shoving. Kalina's the initial, so he takes a penalty. And who is it in the box? Whitfield? For Swindon, yeah, I reckon 2 + 2 each, coincidental, nothing on the clock. But this is going to spill over if this carries on.
In the olden days, we used to drill down and put a pipe in. You used to drill down about 8 inches, drop a pipe in the ice that stuck up 8 inches.
Oh, and goal!
What a goal!
It came in there. Was that Joe Aston that scored it? The puck comes down from Dan Scott.
I think.
Shot across from the point. And a beautiful goal, just picked his spot and puts the Telford Tigers 5 goals up.
Well, that came out of nowhere. We were busy reminiscing there. And it just came out of nowhere.
Shot comes up to the pass comes up from the draw, up to the point, lets the wrist shot go nice and quick, beats Crisp into the back of the net, and suddenly the Telford find themselves 5-0 up. 56 seconds remaining in the game, so 59:04. A 2-minute minor penalty on Neil Lydiard for roughing. So must have thrown the fist in there. Kalina shoots and scores! And converts the power play in just 7 seconds. It was 59-12. Another goal from Milan Kalina. In his early stages of playing here in Telford, there were doubts about the level of performance. It took him a while to settle in. It's the first time he's played in the UK, and over the last 5 or 6 games, each and every game, getting involved, throwing his hits, getting his goals, and finishing with that fabulous scoreline. 6-0 the score now. 48 seconds left to play, Alan.
Flattering scoreline for the Tigers. It's not a 6-0 game still. You know, Swindon have been in this. They just failed to capitalise on the few chances that they've had. If they had done, it could have gone the other way because they were in this till halfway through the game, and then the goal started piling on for the Tigers.
Lays the puck down. Puck comes through to the slot. Plant plays forward.
Well, just as we finish off,
Brea.
I was just going to say thanks to the guys down in Swindon for the patience with the technical issues we had earlier
in the game. Yes, thank you very much for that. We do our utmost. Lydiard shoots forward, gets a deflection from Taylor, goes up into the wall.
They're not giving up.
Picked up by Tate. Played the body, and that was a big hit there coming in there. I think there's a lot of frustration in Bullis, and he's throwing the hits around, and he's been having a bit of a row with Oakford through the game. Shot comes in. Oakford and Bullis acknowledge each other.
And that's it.
Oh, now Kalina's chirping at Bullis, and Bullis just swings towards him. Just keep an eye on those players there. But a disappointing result for the Swindon Wildcats.
So the game started pretty much deadlock at the end of the first period.
Yeah, it was a bit scrappy. I think we never really got our legs under us until the third period. Late back last night from Blackpool, some bad food on the way, and I don't know if that affected us. But third period we really got going.
And a couple of quick goals in quick succession, and a shutout for the netminder as well.
Yeah, it's something that we haven't had against Swindon, and Stevie Lyle particularly stoned us on many occasions. So to get a couple of quick ones was good.
Yeah, which sort of affected his head because he pulled himself off.
Yeah, tough situation, but Stevie's he's a quality goaltender.
And looking forward, of course, there's been lots of changes in the back room, in the progression of the Tigers. It looks like there's some stability in the future, but how's that going to affect the structure of your team?
Can't say at this moment. I think there will be some changes, and just this evening, Andre Rasker's played his last game for the club. He's taken an offer to go back home, and he's a great guy. He's been a big part of this team, but you can't fault his decision. Everybody's got their own situation that they have to take care of, and I applaud Andre for his efforts, and to sign off with a shutout, what a great way to go.
So a great result for the Telford Tigers, finishing 6-0 up against the Swindon Wildcats. Rick Plant picking up a major penalty at the end of the game. As a match misconduct penalty, he won't be able to play next week, and hopefully you can join us for all the action right here on Made in Birmingham, Wednesday night from 7. Silverthorne off the boards, gets the break, goes with it. Silverthorne puts it onto the back post. Puts it into the back post, and it goes forward from Macaulay Haywood, throwing the right hand over the top, throwing it in, and Miller's going toe to toe, and he's got 3 or 4 headshots, and then drags him down. Still has it. Zabo being sort of marked out the game by Thomas, and the shot comes from forward now. Brea with Plant. Brea walks in, shoots,
and he picks up his own rebound and
Zabo, and he's not happy about that. It was a late hit, the hit from behind, and you see the players